Welcome back, guys. You're watching Today's Platinum, and in this video we're going to be talking about the number one reason why most of you guys are not going to be making any money in the cryptocurrency markets, and how exactly you guys can start to adapt and learn how you can always make money in these markets. So definitely stay tuned for this entire video. I want you guys to watch all of this for those of you guys who actually care. But if you're not subscribed already, make sure you are. And also, a big part of this video is going to be to focus on what you guys are doing wrong, what you guys can start to learn how to do right. But if you want to accelerate the process of actually learning all of this, definitely check out our one-on-one coaching, where we help you come up with a customized investment strategy specific to your situation. In those one-on-one coaching sessions, we have 30-minute coaching as well as 60-minute coaching sessions available. So definitely check that out. And we also have some other resources for you in the description. So getting into the video, guys, the number one reason you guys are not making any money in this market, and I'll go ahead and tell you straight out, guys, the number one reason is because you guys are not thinking long term. Okay. And the reason for this is because of this huge run up, as well as, all the huge run ups we've seen in 2017 ending in the beginning of 2018. Everybody is used to, Bitcoin's price just surging. Everybody wants to see that. We've gotten used to it from these times back in 2017. And now that we've gotten used to that, going literally from below $1,000 all the way up to $20,000 in a year, people kind of expect these kind of price movements out of Bitcoin. And that's something you need to forget about and stop expecting it, because it's not going to happen like it once did. Okay, I can guarantee this will either never happen again or happen again maybe once or twice again in the next 5 to 10 years. So I could be wrong on that number. You never know. Maybe we'll just see like tons of parabolic run-ups from Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. But guys, if you really want to make money in this market consistently, then you need to be focusing on the long term, and I'll tell you why. Starting off, first off, a lot of you guys think trading on the day charts and making quick gains is going to allow you to be ahead for the future of this market, right? You guys all want to learn how to basically do this, make 2.5% in 30 minutes, make 7% in 3 minutes. Okay, that is all very well and possible, but guys, you really don't understand the amount of skill, experience, and knowledge about markets in general, and trading in general. You don't understand how much you really need to know and how much time you need to invest into learning everything about markets in order to be successful that way. So one of the biggest problems that I notice is that people are focused on the short-term charts, right? People are focused on these short-term gains and losses of Bitcoin. People are focused on these $600, $500 price drops that we've just saw in Bitcoin the last day, instead of focusing on getting rich through cryptocurrency in the long term, right? If you had bought in only a few places over the last year or so, you would have been up like anywhere from a couple 100% to almost 1,000%. So depending on what kind of strategy you have, whether it is a longer term strategy, which is the way to win, versus a shorter term strategy, you can still win with a shorter term strategy. Don't get me wrong, guys. I am also a shorter term trader. I day trade, and that's part of my full-time income. But until you have the knowledge and experience and know how to maneuver markets, you really can't be trading on these 1 minute, 5 minute, 30-minute charts. So I'm going to give you guys a few pointers for those of you who have not had a lot of success in this market on how to start winning. And the number one reason why you're not winning is because you're not thinking long term. So to start off, learn how to win longer term, first off, you need to stop placing so many trades. Okay, you need to forget about these daily trades, right? Forget about the 1 minute chart, forget about the 5 minute chart. The only charts you guys should be focused on, the smallest chart would be the 30-minute chart. You guys can focus on that. That is the absolute smallest. But stick to the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the 1 day charts, if anything. Honestly, for those of you guys who don't have a lot of money, stick to like the 4 hour, 1 day charts. The smaller the chart, the more trades you'll generally end up placing. So we're going to try to avoid placing as many trades. So one thing that I like to do is favorite the time intervals that I use. So for this case, we'll take off 30-minute. And I just recommend you guys to stick with these ones, right? The 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, stick with those charts. Okay, that's going to allow you to make the gains you want to make, and also make some quick gains as well, right? You're going to have a lot of opportunities where you can make those quick gains. But for the majority of you who don't really know how to trade just yet, instead of looking for trades like that, 4%, 3% in 5 hours, something like that, you want to be looking more towards the 4-hour and the daily chart. Okay, something where you can look for great buy points and get in for the long term. Maybe a 6% in a couple days. You could sell or either hold. Still a good price to buy in at. As the price continues to decline, you can dollar cost average on the way down with these time intervals, right? That's what they're going to help you do. And calculate when you want to buy based off the RSI when it is oversold, right? Some of the most beginner techniques that I can recommend for you guys. First off, stick to the long term, okay? Forget about this right here. Forget about that 1 minute. Stick to the day, 4-hour, and maybe the 1 hour, depending on how much experience you have. But first off, stick to that long term. Second off, guys, stop looking at the market all the time, okay? Unless you guys are day trading, unless you guys have been, you have a lot of experience trading in general, you've traded other markets, you understand trading, you've been successful in the past. If you guys have not been successful day trading in the past, I want you to stop trading, okay? Just stop day trading, because you're just going to keep throwing money away, and that's not what I want any of you guys to do. Any of my students, clients, I never want them to do that. Never want them to lose money. And for all my viewers, I don't want any of you guys to lose money as well. So stay away from, those short-term charts. Stick to the longer-term charts. The next thing is, like I said, take advantage of some indicators, right? The base one I can recommend to you guys is the RSI. It's going to help you identify when something is oversold, and normally, rule of thumb with investors, when something is oversold, it may be a better time to buy in, okay? So there was a lot of selling power, triggered an indicator that it was oversold in this long-term time period, and as you can see, there's not a lot of points where it's been oversold in these long-term time periods. As you can see right there is one. I think we got one right there. We just recently got one before. We just got one right here. So as you can see, I'll point them out once I circle them all. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in the past year, guys, of points that it was oversold on this long-term chart. And just going through all of them, if you bought in here, could have gone all the way up, 800 to 1,000%. If you had bought in here, something like 500%. And, if you bought in here, back over here, 67% in 15 days. Right here, could have gotten away with 42% gain. Right over here, not as large of a gain, but still a gain, about 10%. Maybe 5 to 10% there. It's just not going to. It's just saying failure because I didn't line it up exactly. But guys, you can just start to get an idea of when you focus on the long term. It's a lot easier to make that money. It's a lot easier to figure out. Okay, identify the current trend, the current cycle in the market. We've gone up. What comes up must come down. And once you get a better term for the long-term picture, you understand that, okay, we went up this high, we probably have to go down. Okay, so now that we go down, you would know to sell up here and let everybody else, fight it out in this time period, and then get in the next time, there's a chance for a larger gain, right? Stick to the long term, guys. It's going to pay off extreme dividends, especially in a market like this. You're going to be able to make out with percent gains of something crazy like that. So I went down a little too far, but about an 800% to 1,000% gain, pretty insane, guys. So sticking to the long term and using this RSI are two absolute keys. Another one, guys, learn technical analysis. Okay, learn how to identify the long-term trend, short-term trend, and I mean by that, the 1-year trend, 6-month trend, 3-month trend, 1-month trend. We've talked about this in how to plot trend lines. I did a video on that on Saturday, I think that was. So go on my channel and check that out, how to plot trend lines. You want to learn technical analysis, guys. Learn how to do your trend lines, learn how to plot support and resistance levels, learn how to use the Fibonacci retracement tool, learn how to use the RSI and possibly some other indicators. Guys, learn how to plan ahead for the market, okay? Long term though, all right? When you're focused on the 1 minute chart, right? You're looking at the last 1 day's worth of price history. You have no idea where this market is headed. Looking at this graph right now, you have zero clue, right? All you know is right now we're at 66.79. We've been at, above 7,000 today. All I can tell from this is there was a huge sell-off. Maybe we're going down, okay? You really have no idea. But once you zoom out, from this, I would be like, oh my God, there's a huge panic. There's a lot of sell-off. Zoom out, guys, it's really not that bad, right? We've seen 3 points where we're now seeing a pretty nice support at these 3 points, triple bottom, possible reverse in the overall downtrend that we've been seeing in the last 6 months. So guys, you need to look at the long term. You need to focus on learning how to identify market cycles and market trends, as well as learning technical analysis and learning how to identify proper buy points for the specific asset that you are considering investing in. Okay, you guys need to take a more logistical as well as a more practical approach to investing and really start to realize, if you don't have a lot of capital, or even if you do you really want to be putting that capital at risk and stressing over that, 50 trades a day, 10 trades a day, 20 trades a day, whatever it is? Yes, guys, I do day trade myself, right? I day trade myself. I teach my students how to day trade. I teach all my, consulting students as well how to day trade, as swing trade. But what I always try to focus on is if they don't have any experience with trading at all or anything, I always start them out with a swing trading strategy and keep them there until they are successful with that. Because day trading is a whole different animal, guys. Completely different animal. And you can absolutely learn how to day trade, guys. Absolutely. All right. I day trade myself, part of my full-time income, like I've already mentioned. But day trading is a much different animal, and it's a lot easier from experience to be able to learn how to trade long term. Okay. If you guys literally had just stick to this simple strategy, if you had learned this at the beginning of 2017 and just bought when it was oversold on the 1-day chart, you would have had 800 to 1,000% here, 500% here, okay, 50 to 100% here, another 40% here, right? You would have had all of those gains 4 times, 4 trades, 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting these two out, 40%, 100%, 500%, 800 to 1,000%. That would have taken care of all of the gains that you really need to get over that time period. And once you get that experience, you make those 4 trades, you're now experienced. You're an experienced long-term investor. You plan that out. Once you have success with the swing trading, then not only do you have a lot more capital to work with, but then you can start to consider, okay, what about the 30-minute chart? What about a shorter term trading period? What about the 5-minute chart? What about the 1-minute chart? All right. Once you guys learn how to take care of this, the long-term, price fluctuations, and learn how to trade markets, and learn how to identify trends, learn how to identify patterns, learn how to know, okay, we are currently in this part of a market cycle. Okay, guys, all markets go the same, right? They go up, they come down. They go up, they come down. Sometimes they go up, they move sideways, they come back down. Sometimes they go down, they move sideways, they come back up. All right, markets can only move 3 ways, guys. They go up, they go down, or they go sideways. They don't go back. They don't go in circles. Nothing crazy. You just need to identify, okay, we've been going up for the last few months or so. There's resistance here, maybe we're overbought on the RSI, whatever it is, whatever indicators, tools you guys are taking advantage of. Once you learn technical analysis, you need to be able to form your own opinions, identify the current trend, and plan ahead. All right, guys, that is what I wanted to focus on. Learn how to really plan ahead and trade long term and think long term, instead of just thinking, okay, what has the price fluctuation in Bitcoin's price been in the last 6 hours on the 1-minute chart. That's what I wanted to bring to you guys today and really drill into your guys' head. Start to get away from this, okay? If you guys are caught up in trying to day trade, try to get those 1% gains every few minutes, why don't you take a step back, learn how to swing trade, over longer periods of time, learn how to swing trade, these cycles, and become a a more experienced trader before you just jump into something more complex like day trading. All right, guys. So let me know what your thoughts are, guys. This was really the number one secret to your success with investing and trading, because, guys, learning how to trade for the long term is going to not only teach you a lot of information, but once you have that information, you can take it all. You know everything about the market that you're trading. You know, you have a lot of information about the market now. Plus, you've had some success trading long term, at least I would hope. You can then take all of that experience and knowledge and throw it into learning how to day trade if that's something you guys are still interested in. A lot of the times I'll see people just stick with swing trading, okay, because it's a lot less stressful, but still allows for the longer term gains. Okay, guys, so, you know, leave some suggestions, some comments, some thoughts in the comment section of this video. I really do want to start a conversation with this, because I think a lot of people are caught up, focused on when's the next, 10K plus Bitcoin rise in price, 15K, 150, 200, 300, 400% gain in Bitcoin going to come, and will it come tomorrow? Will it take place tomorrow morning? Because I think people are caught up on believing that this is going to continue to happen time and time and time again. We've seen, obviously we'll always see small bull runs, maybe large bull runs, but we cannot continue to count on them. Instead, we must just continue to invest in projects and plan for the future, and invest in the projects that we believe will be here for the future, while implementing a strategy to continue to pick up that specific project or asset at the best prices whenever they all are available. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, let me know what you think in the comments, and also if you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching, we do offer that. We talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the video, so I'll let you guys check that out if you're interested, and also check out